Marshall's lunch therapy.
You got it. Right on. Thanks a lot, dude.
Hello, and welcome to Joe Marshall's lunch therapy.
You got it. Right on. Thanks a lot, dude. Appreciate it, man. Yeah. Have a good one. All right, here we are. This is Joel Marshall. I'm wearing a shirt. I'm wearing this shirt. You can get these shirts. I don't know when. The other day, Howard Aronin, who is the guest today on the show, he's the co-host. He's the co-host. He posted a thing with his lunch therapy shirt on Instagram, and Mike Knox was like, "There are shirts? What the heck?" So I got to get the shirts going again. Boney, can you take down that note? We got to get those shirts online again. Behind me are two hummingbirds in the Los Angeles area. I don't know their names, but Guignel, one of our longtime contributors, one of the hummingbird leaders, the leading leader of the hummingbird revolution. In fact, he owns the handle Cult of the Hummingbird on X. Check it out if you're into X. I was just going to stream to X today just for fun, and they knocked me off. So if you're on X, you're not going to see us. So you wouldn't hear this if you're on X, unless you're on Ecstasy and watching it on YouTube. That would be a different matter. Then you would probably hear me, and you could comment. Please comment. This is Barefoot Tuesday, so it's a very interactive show. That's one of the benefits of being an independent YouTube show, is that you can't comment on Netflix when you're watching it. You can't comment on ABC, NBC, CBS. You can't make any comments while they're doing it. And it's usually not live. And when it is live, it sucks. But this doesn't suck. This has, in fact, now more plastic. Lunch therapy, now with more plastic. All right, let's get into the show. There's going to be a dancing skeleton. For those of you that have aversions to dancing skeletons, avert your eyes for about 10 seconds. But it is the beginning of October, so it might be good for you to get used to skeletons. There's Howard. Happy Barefoot Tuesday. Perfect day for Howard Aronin, the co-host. That's so true. That's so true. I think that's Howard's dog that said that, actually. Got on there. All right, let's get into this thing called lunch therapy. I'm going to get myself a modem. I'm going to get myself a modem. I'm gonna 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 get myself a modem. All right. Yes. Hoy. Camilo Lopez is here. Hoy. That's one of the things on the show. We say hoy. I just said October, but from now on, now that we're in the show, you have to say Rocktober. And you have to act like you didn't say it. Face dancing is encouraged. Planking is a big thing. If anything goes wrong, we blame it on Boney. I have a couple of announcements here at the beginning of the show. This is the part where we say, hey, this is what's going on. You know, what's the thing that we should be seeing? And Howard Aronin, which is right there. Oh my God, there he is. He's my co-host. Yes. So good to see you. That is your schedule above you. And wait, I just want to say, welcome to Lunch Therapy, Howard Aronin. So glad to have you on.
Joel, I will use my FM radio voice to say Happy Rocktober.
Happy Rocktober. I wonder if I'll be able to say Rocktober from here until the end of the month. We'll see. We'll see. It's a tough one, but I like that. Did you ever listen to any radio stations that called it Rocktober?
KLOS.
KLOS, yeah.
FM.
Because we had that in Seattle. We had KISW and KZOK. I believe they all said Rocktober.
Oh,
So
of course.
We're carrying on the tradition. Okay, so here's what's happening above your head is your schedule Yep. And look, Joel Marshall's Lunch Therapy is on there. This is on the Howard Aronin website, howardaronin.com. You've got the Cool Beans Show on October 13th, Ice House, Pasadena. You're playing at Denny's Grand Slam of Comedy, Simi Valley.
It's a great show.
Rocktober 14th. I almost blew it right there. I just right out of the gate. Rocktober 14th. I think I probably did it already. But anyway, is it really at a Denny's?
Yes, Joel. There's a Denny's in Simi Valley, and it used to be in the back room, and now they're using the entire restaurant. So it's fantastic.
That's cool. So you can go there and have like a Grand Slam breakfast and see some Grand Slam comedy at the same time?
You said it, and I think that's their theme. It's called Grand Slam Comedy or something.
I love that.
It's run by Marty Fiddleman.
Yeah. Can I make it pecan? Have you ever heard of that slogan? Make it pecan? You got to say pecan, too. You can't say pecan. I think that's a Waffle House thing. I think
as it becomes October, everything is pumpkin spice, pumpkin.
You know, it's interesting you say that. It's interesting you say that because I do want to show.
I meant Rocktober.
Yes, of course. It's difficult. It's hard. It's hard to be in broadcasting. Let me show you this here. Since we're on it. Hold on. I got it. Okay, here we go. Animals, as we know, love pumpkins. This is the Oregon Zoo. It's a brand new video.
Aww.
They all love pumpkins. Every single one of them. Every animal you can think of. They love the pumpkins. Look at that guy. That's a beaver, you think? It's a ring-tailed lemur. That is an orangutan. Elephant. This would be good for preschoolers to watch this video and just name the animals. Wow, that was cool. All right. Rocktober. Moving along. Poor guys can't seem to get in there. Yeah, some of them are trying to get in there and live in the pumpkin because they love pumpkin so much. We love it here. I'm going to show you just a little Howard Aronin.
Is this the dance break? We're doing the dance break now?
This is a place you can dance in. You can totally dance if you want in this part. In fact, during the show, you can dance anytime you want. You can dance if you want to. You can. Poor guys. Oh, yeah. I despise pumpkin. Why do humans despise pumpkin? I don't know. It goes against nature. All right, so I want to start off with a little bit of Howard Aronin poetry from a show that we saw at the Improv. I think it was the Stronger Choices show. That is a very wonderful show that happens. Does it happen every month, Howard?
It happens every month. It's Adam Lieblein, Our Agents Showcase.
That's right. Full disclosure, Our Agent, his showcase. I think I'm going to be doing one in January. Finally. Kamala says that pumpkin is grotesque. Interesting. Oh, and Kamala says this was so good. You're going to be able to hear her laughing in this, I think. Anyway, let's do it.
Aww. Hi. I'm Howard Aronin. I don't do any comedy. I read poetry. Let's begin. My first poem is entitled
trying to find a parking spot for the Hollywood Improv. By Howard Aronin. I tried to find a parking spot so I could be on time. It got a little frustrating, and so I committed a crime. Thank you. My next poem, an older fellow like myself doing entertainment, I wrote a poem about it. It's called The King of Procrastination by Howard Aronin. I am the king of procrastination. More on that tomorrow.
I love that. And there he is. Oh my God. Yeah.
I've made it to Joe Marshall's show.
It's so great to have you on.
Wow.
Oh, it's more applause. Yes.
May I say this?
Mm-hmm.
Joe Marshall and Kamala, that woman, were in the front row, and you know how I feel about you, and I saw you, and I was so excited to see you in person, and I don't think I said one word to her. I think I pushed her away. I said, "I'm talking to Joel."
Oh wow!
So I owe her an apology that I don't think I treated her with respect.
Well,
I just wanted to see you.
Chances. You will have many other chances to treat her with the respect that she deserves. So much fun going to see you like that. Yeah, we were like right in the front. I think maybe Rex Sykes, Ginny Sykes' brother was like right next to us, and Ginny was there, and we were all like crammed up in the front. When you go to a comedy show, do you sit in the front?
Of course not.
I don't either.
I mean,
usually.
Then you have to pay attention to everything, and it's like being in school. And if you're not paying attention, you will be called out. You're not even. Are you on your phone, sir?
Yeah. Kamala says she didn't feel slighted whatsoever. Just tickled. Yeah.
And the other thing, I started to yell.
Yeah.
The other thing that I can't. It's unforgivable. No pictures were taken of Howard and Joel.
I know.
None.
I don't even think we have any pictures together. I don't think we have any.
We have zero. No.
Oh my God. And you have great pictures too. Oh, here's Richard. Richard Gaddis. Good morning, Kamala. Please stop sending me texts asking for money. Oops, wrong Kamala. Yeah, that's the other thing.
Oh.
I get those texts and I'm like, why is my wife asking me for money? It's weird. Now I know.
I was saying earlier to you that I don't think anyone is going to pronounce her name correctly ever again now because
I don't think so either.
Of that other woman with the K.
At least she won't have to spell it all the time. Yeah. Good morning, Howard. Good morning. Yes. Good morning. Good morning. You know, it's interesting because you have on your website so many pictures of you with all kinds of luminaries. That is what a great thing that is to have. I'm going to just go back to that because it's interesting. Yeah, so anybody, by the way, you can go to howardaronin.com and you can watch videos. You can see these cool pictures. You can find out more about Howard. You can find out when he's going to be appearing in your town, and you can take a picture with him. And
or on your flight.
Or on your flight, which is so cool. So, you know, it's funny because... you know, a lot of times people don't want to take pictures with celebrities because they don't want to bug them. But you must have a good pickup line for celebrities when you see them on the plane because you got some great pictures. What do you usually
say? A lot of
them
on the plane. A lot of them, like there's Adam Carolla, that's at Flappers. I tapped him on the shoulder. I said, this older gentleman would like to take a picture with you, Mr. Carolla. And he said, okay, where is he? I go, it's me. And he liked that.
It's funny too.
My latest picture which I found to be very spiritual and freaked me out.
Mm-hmm.
I was at the Ice House in Pasadena. I got there a little early, so I went to Ralph's.
Yeah.
I came out of Ralph's. I looked to my left, and there's this very portly, stocky guy with a beret standing out in front with his wife. I looked at him. And that's the guy on AGT. That's Richard Goodall from AGT. And I put my groceries away. I came back out and took a picture with him, and I sang Journey, Don't Stop Believing with him. He won 2 days later, because I was there on a Sunday. So on Tuesday, he won this year's America's Got Talent. He was the
That was so
winner.
beautiful. I happened to run across that yesterday on YouTube, strangely enough. And I listened to all his performances. What is his name again?
His name is Richard Goodall.
Richard Goodall. And I saw his Don't Stop Believing, which I think is what he won with, right? Did he win with
Well,
that?
my little joke is that that's the only song he could really he's mastered, so he probably does it in Spanish, and he does another version. But I think he did Faithfully by Journey.
Oh, Faithfully. Yeah, that was.
And then Neil Schon, the lead guitarist for Journey, joined him on stage in the finale. But I there was no hesitation. I said, he looked like he was not in a happy mood. I said, I have to take a picture with him right now, because if you don't take a picture and you drive away, you go, I should have at least said hello.
It's funny because Jeffrey Tambor, the great actor, was on the Larry Sanders Show for years and years and years, and they always had guests on the show. All kinds of people came through that show, and he always felt like, no, I can't ask them to take a picture with me. He just felt like that would be rude. And then he went over to Rip Torn's house, who was also on the show. And Rip Torn had pictures of himself with everybody who was on the show, like all framed and everything. And he was like, darn. So it's cool. I think it's totally cool. All right. So
I have a few regrets from the airplane of people that I just couldn't muster up enough nerve, because they were on the window seat, and they were but I had Robin Williams there for 4 hours. I'm
Really?
like, waiting for him to use the bathroom or something. I don't know if you've mentioned that I'm a flight attendant, but that's an important. And so I never got the Robin Williams, never even made eye contact with him.
He might have been more difficult. He might have been more difficult because I
Chris
hear he was kind of
Christopherson.
private. Yes, I see that too. Chris Christopherson just passed away a couple of days ago. What an amazing talent that guy was. Whew. And
I think he was
a Rhodes Scholar too.
Yes, amazing. And that picture's maybe 3 years ago, and his wife kind of whispered in my ear, I think he has Alzheimer's, something about he's not. And I just got in his ear as we're taking the picture, and I said, I love the Bob Dylan soundtrack. It's called Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid. He played Pat Garrett. And I was just doing that. He just kept smiling and going, Bob Dylan, love Bob. Bob, love Bob.
That's great. Do you ever run into your friends on the flights?
Friends?
Yeah, because I always feel like someday I'm going to be on a plane, I'm going to run into Howard, and that's going to be the greatest day of my life, I think.
I do. I mean, I've been doing it for many years. And
that was very dramatic of you. Wow. Yeah, you've been doing it for many years. And, oh my God, what's happening now, Boney? Wow, now we're in space. So anyway, go back to what you were saying, because that was rude, Boney. Really.
Should I put on an oxygen mask now or something?
They will fall from the sky, from the what are they? Do you do those announcements too at the beginning of the flight? Do you do the announcements? Does everybody ask you that?
Yeah, it's one of my top 5 questions. It's the year 2024.
Yeah.
And
they're recorded.
I'm in my 60s, and I'm still going seatbelt, because some of the screens, some of the airplanes don't have screens, and you still have to show these people. So I have several different comedy things that I do to get me out of the boredom. One is I purposely tangle up the life vest.
Great idea.
So when she's talking about the life vest, I just take it out and I become Peter Sellers, and the life vest. I can't.
That's great. And
I make faces and I'm saying
they must love that. Everyone in the everyone in the crowd must love that when you start to do that.
I just like to get them to pay attention. Yeah.
Well, I've noticed that. So Ginny and I were on a plane. We were going to Michigan last weekend, and we were watching the video that shows you how to do that. You know, because now they have the videos, and it looked. I forget what airline we were on. We were on Delta, and their video. It looked like we were in a cult. Everybody in the video was in a cult, and we were wondering, did they do that on purpose just to get us to pay for it?
A cult.
I mean, to pay attention to it. Yeah. Okay. So there's. It's hard to describe.
Like Clockwork Orange?
Instead of being on a plane, they're telling you how to use the oxygen masks in the video. And instead of being on a plane, they had all these people sitting in chairs looking out over this beautiful vista. And they all had like yoga mats and things. And so they had seat belts that they put on, but they were all looking away. And then there was a guy talking, but in a very kind of cultish way where his eyes were like this while he was talking about the various things that you can do on the plane or should do on the plane to save yourself. Yeah, and they spoke in a very kind of serene. It was like they were at a yoga retreat, but it had a little cultish bent to it.
I don't think that was Delta.
No?
I think that's Jim Jones airline. It's a new airline.
Yeah, the new cult airline. They fly you wherever they want to fly you, and you'll like it.
There's comedy. I'm going to write that down. There's something funny there.
Mike Knox says you should totally wear a life vest. I think all the time, right? All the time. Only a cult would say it's not a cult. That's right. That's one of the tip-offs of cults. I did that one time on the show, and maybe we need to do that again, is tell people the signs of cults so that we don't fall into them. Because I've, fallen into many cults. Luckily, I've not drank the Kool-Aid anywhere, but it's good for people to know. And one of the signs is they say it's not a cult. This, of course, is a cult. Lunch therapy.
So do we got the expression "drink the Kool-Aid" from Heaven's Gate?
Jim Jones, right?
That's Jim Jones. Okay.
The Jonestown Massacre.
So before that, we didn't have that expression.
I don't think so. And you know
Drink
what?
the Kool-Aid?
If you look it up, you'll find out it wasn't actually Kool-Aid. It was another off-brand Kool-Aid because they couldn't afford Kool-Aid, I guess.
Oh, wow.
You have to wear a vest. Oh, you have to cult if you're in LA. Yeah, of course. Jimmy Jones, says Mike. Mike, we were talking about how impressed we are of all your acting roles and things that we're seeing you do. It's just really inspiring. So I just wanted to say that. Mike says it was Kool-Aid.
I don't know if you know this, but Mike and I we're in a cult.
Oh, good. A cult of two?
The cult of the hummingbirds.
Yes. And that is a cult. So we know it's not a cult because we say it is a cult, I guess. That's the thing. That's the thing about cults is they make you do all kinds of flip-flops in your mind. Kamala says it's from the electric Kool-Aid acid test. The Kool-Aid. Now we have a contested fact. That's good. Maybe from the book. Oh, so does Mama J. Mama J says that too. They were dosing people at parties. Wasn't that? Oh, I don't know. I mean, we got to delve into that, but we've got to breathe. But birds aren't real. Kamala, we just e-speed the same thing. Yes, you did. You e-speed the same thing. E-speed. Is that internet talk for typing?
E-speed.
Tom Wolf. All right. Now we're gonna.
Tom Wolf. Yes.
Tom Wolf. There we go. See, there are facts somewhere out here in space while we breathe. Oh yeah. I need to breathe. Because I get all jacked up. I get so excited from the show, especially when I got an exciting guest like Howard on the show.
Stop.
It's been a long time since you were on. When was the last time you were on? Was perhaps when we had the guest that did the magic trick. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was cool.
That was episode 314.
Oh my God, I love that.
I made that up.
I like the way. I know. I have them all memorized. Yes, it's 314. It happens about 21.35 minutes in. It's a great thing. Yeah. Do you want to do the breathing? Can you do the in through the nose, out through the toes 3 times? All right, good. Just relax.
Oh, me? I actually say the word?
Yeah, you say the words.
In through the nose, out through the toes. I'm going to peek out of my left eye. Are they doing it?
You're doing it. We have to
In
let
through
it
the
go.
nose, out through the toes.
Let it go. Mike
Let it
Knox
go.
says only a cult member would know the number. That's right. I expect everyone to know the numbers of all the cult members to know the numbers. Go back and rewatch. Okay.
Joel, what's your favorite episode? What number?
My favorite episode is episode 99. Enough said.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. That was the time that I think I first showed Seth Word, and I showed his Tricks Are for Rabbits video, which is still to this day one of my favorite videos, where the Tricks rabbit gets revenge on the kids. And it suddenly felt sort of inappropriate because it gets really violent at the end. And then someone else came on from Twitch, and their avatar was a picture of their genitals. And I didn't notice it, and I put it on the screen, and then I'm like freaking out. So yeah, I think that was episode 99.
That actually happened in episode 106 too, when, oh no, never mind.
Okay.
I was thinking of the wrong episode.
Yeah, you got it. I think maybe you're getting it confused with that episode 109.
Speaking of, like my mind, I like trivia. If you said like the Twilight Zone, the show,
Yeah.
The Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
The first 2 seconds, I know exactly what episode it is. I know every line. That's kind of strange.
That is. Yeah, that's weird.
It's not right.
I'm sure people always tell you about that Twilight Zone with the that takes place in an airplane.
William Shatner.
Love that one. I mean, I guess maybe it's not everybody doesn't know about that anymore.
As a flight attendant, I tell people, I will say, I would keep your window shade closed. Someone saw a monster on the wing. I'm not sure if it's real, but
I think they
you might
redid
wanna
it in
keep
the
that
movie,
window
right? Did they redo that one in the movie? A long
With
time ago?
John Lithgow, I believe.
Wow.
Why do I? Are we going to have a trivia contest? I'm ready.
You are seriously ready. We've got so much to do. Oh my God, time is a wasting. One more breath,
Oh.
in through the nose, out through the toes.
Oh, yeah. We're doing breathing.
Hold it.
Oh,
Let it go. Mike Knox likes The End of the World with Burgess Meredith. Another Twilight Zone episode.
with his glasses?
I don't know that one. I gotta have to watch it. I know Burgess
He,
Meredith,
he,
of course.
he finally has time. He finally has time to read all the books. There's stacks of books. And then his glasses break.
Oh, is that what happens? Oh my God. I love Burgess
There was
Meredith.
time. And he starts to cry. There was time. There was
That is
time.
horrible. That's horrible.
And then Rocky says,
Adrian. Yo, Adrian.
it's hilarious.
Time to read. Yep, time to read. All right, we got a little roving reporter from Mama J herself. It's a bit controversial, too. Let's get in.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Lunch Therapy. Hey, Howard. This is Jay, your roving reporter, just reporting on myself. I just wanted to let you know that I am driving the speed limit today, and the whole town hates me because I locked my billfold and all my stuff in my locker last night, and now they're going to have to use those cutters to cut my lock off today. So anyway, everybody's mad at me. And then also, Joel, I really want more respect shown for my dancing butterfly / moth on the flower, dancing to the waltz of the flowers in time. And I'm not getting enough respect from anybody, including my family, regarding that little video.
Okay.
I think it's a classic.
Okay.
And listen, have a great show today. Bye.
Thank you. So a couple of things here. We're going to show the video that she's referring to. We haven't shown it on the show yet. I've been holding back because I'm like, I don't know if that's a butterfly. I think it's a moth. Plus, the music licensing is very expensive. And also, I just wanted to point out, see those earrings that she has on? It's kind of grossing me out. They are made of cicada wings and then painted and glazed in a particular way. And for some reason, cicadas freak me out. It's just me, though. It's just me. What about you?
Silence of the Lambs. That's all I can think of.
What? In Silence of the Lambs, there are cicadas. Oh, he has some kind of speech about it?
There's moths and
yeah, like in the poster.
Cicadas are not cicadas. That's very Kansas.
It is very Kansas.
I thought you were saying something about butterflies, and I was...
Well, I think it's a moth. I think it's not.
Yeah.
She says she looks like a mummy. Let's get into this video here. So get ready. You can breathe during the video, too.
I get it.
There it is. That's it. It's kind of, I think she says that the moth is dancing. And I think that's one of the things that she says is so beautiful about this video. Did you have any kind of emotional response?
I'm just hung up on the fact that she called her wallet a billfold. I just keep thinking, did she say billfold?
I think she said billfold. The other thing I don't understand is, like, what locker are we talking about that she locked it in? I got confused there. Mike Knox cried from the video. See, it has more potency than I think we realize. But yeah, and I think maybe we were hung up on semantics and language and things from the previous video, so maybe we didn't experience it as like Mike did. I mean, clearly it moved him. All right, moving on. Hey, I think it's time for Trash Panda Comedy Club. What do you think? I thought she was at the DMV. It looked like I got to go back to this video real quick.
Hey, lunch therapy.
So
hey.
First of all, there's an art gallery behind her. That's confusing to me. I don't know what is the locker in the art gallery? Oh, here we go. Here's the facts. He was eating to the time of the music. Okay, he was eating to the time of the music. The question is, do moths eat? Well, moths eat, but I don't know if butterflies do. Moths do because they eat my clothes. And I have a locker at work because I work at a plant. There you go. But what's the art gallery? We don't know. Maybe that's just next door? So many questions. So many questions. Okay, Howard, it's time. Time for the Trash Panda Comedy Club. You got your microphone?
Mike Perkins gave me a pep talk for co-host, and he said, Howard, never have dead air. Joel hates that. So
I think I talk too much, actually.
No, I
appreciate
I'm just
that.
watching I'm kind of watching the show. I forgot that I'm on it.
The DMV now has an art gallery for mental health. That's so cool. Kansas people are so progressive. I mean, it's just amazing. It is amazing. She says she's at the mall. They got the DMV at the mall, too. It's cool for those that have shopping needs to be shopping all the time. Which, by the way, I'm going to get my store up and running again, and people can buy these miraculous T-shirts, lunch therapy T-shirts. I just want to plug that. We have ones with animals on it. This one says, "Why hurry?" See, why hurry? They're custom too. All right, Trash Panda time. Mike Knox says, yes, T-shirts. Thank you for reminding me. All right, let's do it. This is the Trash Panda Comedy Club, now with more plastic. I gotta do the volume lower because last time I think I did it too high. I like to have music behind my comedy because if there's nothing funny going on, people can always listen to the music. You know, that's actually very helpful. And there won't be anything funny in this segment because what I'm talking about is football. Football. I've been watching a lot of football lately. Last night my Seattle Seahawks fell to the Michiganders, the Michigander Lions, the Detroit Lions. I don't want to talk about it. It was painful. It was almost as painful as the Washington Husky game when they blocked a field goal in the beginning, and then one of the players got so excited he ran out onto the field, and it was too many men on the field, and they had to go back. So that's how I'm feeling about football today. I thought this would be a really uplifting time when I talk about football because I love football. It's the only sport that I watch, and because I don't have enough time to watch every kind of sport, so I chose football, and I love it. I do think there's a problem with the naming of the elderly teams, the teams that have been around a little too long, because I don't know what was happening. I think when they started the league, they didn't realize it would be the most popular thing in the world to watch, and so they were just like, what do you want the name to be? And the Cleveland Browns, they were like, let's just name it after the coach. I mean, come on. So they named the Cleveland Browns after the coach, and his name was Brown. And, you know, I kind of fault the coach because the coach should have been like, no, don't. I mean, that's a real nice gesture, but I don't think we want to name the team after me, especially if it's going to be around for a number of years. It'd be a different coach, and maybe that coach would feel slighted in some way. What are we going to do? Change the name when we get a new coach? And then also, what's our mascot going to be, and how are we going to sell T-shirts? They're not. I mean, the marketing. Somebody was really not thinking about the marketing there. So, so then they have helmets that are orange. And it says Browns on it. The other team is like, this team is colorblind. We're going to win this thing easily. There's nothing threatening about it. And then, of course, there's the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers, yeah. I know. What does that mean? Why would they call it the Green Bay Packers? Do they take a lot of flights? And they pack? They're really fast at packing? They can pack like 5 minutes before their Uber shows up? Is that what the Packers can do? Is that threatening? We're gonna win, and then we're gonna pack up and leave, and you won't even know we were here. We're gonna pack you. We're gonna pack you in some suitcases. We're gonna packer you. I don't know what a packer is. Who is a packer? I need a packer because it's so stressful to pack. Packing is one of the worst things. I think it's one of the most stressful things in life. There's death, there's public speaking, and then there's packing. That's what I think. And then also, one more, because I've run out of time. The Steelers. It would make sense if they spelled it Stealers, because they're like going to steal the ball, they're going to steal the game. They're Steelers. But instead Steel Town. I know, it's a steel town. But there's not a verb to steal, S-T-E-E-L, unless you're talking about Blue Steel, which came much later. Blue Steel is from Zoolander. It's a certain kind of look that Ben Stiller gives. And you know what? It's kind of interesting, too, because they in Pittsburgh, they don't know how to pronounce Steelers. They call them the Stillers. Going downtown to see the Stillers. All right, we're going to go downtown, and we're going to see our headliner today, Howard Aronin. Many of you have seen him flying the friendly skies. He's the guy that wraps up all the face masks so when they fall down, they're all tangled up. That's him. And he has also been seen at every freaking comedy club you've ever heard of in your life, and at the Denny's, at the local Denny's, on top of it. And he's going to be at Cool Beans on Rocktober, 13th, something like that. Go to howardaronin.com. But ladies and gentlemen, right now you're going to be able to see him for free doing 3 minutes of maybe 5 minutes of some hilarious comedy that he's working on. Ladies and gentlemen, how?
Oh my God, this is my dog microphone. It's a dog toy. Because I like props. I also want to talk about a football sports
All
team
right.
name.
Yes.
I just thought of that because the Buffalo Bills and the Rams, they had a coach named Chuck Knox.
Yes.
And had they named the team after Chuck Knox, that Mike Knox, our good friend, he'd be so rich right now, no?
He would be so rich.
So that's my opening joke, and thank you.
Yeah.
I also, I'm an older person. I remember the Washington Redskins had a guy named Chris Hamburger, and we had a guy named Coy Bacon, and we had Jack Ham. And I was thinking about the announcer saying, back to get the kickoff is Chris Hamburger. Hamburger's teasing the crowd. Boy, that hamburger's a hot dog. Here's the kick. Here's Hamburger to the 10, to the 20, to the 30. Oh, he's hit by Coy Bacon and Jack Ham. Oh, they hit him hard. There was no hamburger helper. So I wrote that when I was 16.
That's good.
And it just came to me because it's football season.
I love it.
Surely that's 3 minutes. So I worked for the airlines 40 years as a flight attendant. 40 years. And I'm not better at it. I'm worse. I'm never going to get better. I apologize. And now that I'm up in the friendly skies up there, it's difficult. There's fights and there's people are doing selfies of arguments, and we're dragging people off flights. It's terrible, and I try to ignore all. I don't want to be involved in all that. Yeah. But the last flight I worked, we had a drag off, and we call them DOs. They're DOs, drag offs. We had two drag offs. Thursday we had a drag off. We had two DOs, and last night I worked a late night flight, and it wasn't a DO, it was a near DO. We call that a JM AAC. That's Joel Marshall acting all crazy.
I wondered about that.
Yeah. So I wrote a poem about that. It's called Dragging the Guy Up the Aisle.
All right.
By Howard Aronin. Dragging the guy up the aisle, draggity drag, drag, drag. That guy ain't got no smile. Now he's got no seat or bag. Dragging the guy up the aisle, dragging our valued guest, dragging him for about a mile. You don't get that service on Southwest. There's no audience. I don't like room comedy because you can't hear.
What? Here, there's tons of audience.
I don't know. Well, now I do.
Okay, good.
A lot of changes. A lot of terminology has changed over the years. Cockpit. I'm not supposed to say cockpit anymore. It's
really?
Flight deck.
Wow.
No, cockpit's out.
Wow.
And now, I guess next is cocktail. Can't say cocktail. Gotta say flight juice. So my question is, what happens if celebrity passenger Courtney Cox is on the flight? What do we call her? I don't. The lady from Friends.
People have a dirty mind. That's the problem.
That's my cock segment. We can't say barf bag anymore.
What?
Barf bag is out. Oh. We call it the courtesy bag. Sir, would you like a courtesy bag? It's a bag of courtesy. It's a courtesy bag. They get excited. Oh, sir, what courtesy bag? What's it for?
That's great.
It's you don't need it yet. You'll need it later. Courtesy bag. One more?
Yeah.
By
all means.
Let's see, what's a good... Oh, souls. Do you know that the word souls is now being used on the airplane? We don't say passengers, we say souls. That just struck me as odd. When I told the captain, the passenger count, I said there's I don't know, 75 passengers. He said, no, Howard, go get the count of, we call them souls now. How many souls? So I said, oh, I don't know. There's 50 souls and 20 lawyers.
That is a good one. I love
Is that a good, that's 3 minutes.
That's a good one to end on, too.
Okay.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. This has been the Trash Panda Comedy Club. See, now Mama J's laughing. You know, it's so interesting. So many questions. Souls is creepy. Yes, it's creepy. One time I filled 2 courtesy bags on a flight.
2?
2, yeah. All right, I did something special for you. Just for you. Did my own stand-up special. It's a 5-minute stand-up special at LAX airport. And,
oh my gosh!
It's exclusive. It's actually where they land the planes at LAX. Like there's like a park that you can stand in, and
I absolutely know that. I went there as a kid with my mom, and it kind of.
It's right across for anybody that wants to do something fun. It's right across from the In-N-Out Burger, and in Westchester, I believe it's called. And you can sit there with your In-N-Out Burger and watch planes land.
And get fat.
And get fat, yeah. Get super fat and high cholesterol and all that stuff. Mama J loved that stand-up. And she filled 2 courtesy bags. So, oh, and Mike Knox has been to the Van Nuys one. All right, here we go. This is it. An extra Trash Panda exclusive.
Where do I look?
Let's see. Thank you. It's great to be here at LAX. That stands for Los Angeles. I don't know what the X is for. I love coming to the airport. I don't know. Some people, they don't like it. I like to either be really early to the airport or really late. If you get there early, you get to spend a lot of time in purgatory, what I call airportatory. I like to be in that place that is like a mall, but it's extremely expensive. You can get a cup of coffee for like $10. It seems like price gouging, but we like it. We love it. You know, going to the airport, when I get there, I just feel so free. I just leave my world behind. Everything that I own is in maybe 2 pieces of luggage. And I just feel like it's time for me just to let my hair down. It's kind of like being in the military. People just tell you what to do. I love the TSA. There's somebody yelling, take off your shoes. Get your computer out of your bag. What are you doing, man? You can't even tell a joke. You're not allowed. There's signs that say no joke. That's a big relief for a comedian. You don't have to be funny. You don't have to have any punchlines. I like it. It feels good. When I go through the line, I like to bring a really expensive looking bottle of wine. I get a cheap ass bottle of wine that looks expensive. And so when they say, hey, you can't bring any liquids, you're gonna have to throw that out. I always say, but please, this bottle of wine cost me $3,000. They're like, I don't care. You have to throw it out. And I throw it into the garbage, and I just, I look back to see who's gonna dig that thing out of the can. Who's gonna miss their flight?
Very good.
Take that thing back to their car because they think it's worth $3,000, and then they find out it's like $2 chucks from Trader Joe's. It's a great gag. I like gags where you never really see the outcome. Anyway, so then I go through and you put your hands up and somebody has a camera somewhere where they get to look at you naked. I don't know who that person is. I don't know what that job is. Seems like it's good work if you can get it. I like to put a lot of wires in my carry-on bag because I don't like to get to a place and not have the right adapter, not have the right charger. So I like to put every possible wire that I can in the bag. And that, of course, flags me as a problem. And they always have to take my bag aside, go through it, all the different wires. That's fun to me. And then when I get through, I like to immediately buy a very expensive cup of coffee. You see all these people like at 7:30 in the morning, all lined up in the bar, just tanking, just drinking. I don't know why it's okay to drink at the airport at 7:30 in the morning. The rest of the world, we say, hey, you got a problem. But there, totally natural. I think maybe you have the excuse of being from a different time zone, and nobody is. They're just taking the time to buy a $20 glass of beer, just swill it down. I don't know why we love it so much. And then when you're at the gate, you're sitting there, you're waiting to go on, and everybody is eating these gigantic sandwiches. I don't know why people get so hungry at the gate. They just start pulling out these gigantic sandwiches that they bought for $20 each, and they're just whole families, big old sandwiches, just horking them down before they get on the plane. And that's fun, because everybody likes to sit on a plane with a gigantic sandwich sitting in their gut. So I gotta think, those poor people up in the International Space Station, that's gotta be terrible. But I guess if somebody asked you to go up into space in a Boeing capsule, the answer should be no. And they got up there, and I get upset when my flight is delayed. But they got up there, they were going to spend 7 days in the International Space Station, and then they were like, you know what, your flight back is delayed. 6 months. You're going to have to stay in this trailer park in the sky for 6 months, and then at the end of it, Elon Musk is going to rescue you. How humiliating is that? One time when I was in college, my friends and I drove up to Canada. We were going to go up there and party because the drinking age was like 18. We got up there, we're ready to party, and the car broke down. And my parents had to come up and rescue us. That must be how they feel in the International Space Station. Uncle Elon has to come and save them. I think it is one of the greatest places to be in the world. And I think that actual flight is maybe impossible. I think somebody got the math wrong. Some physicists got the math wrong. They were like, oh, look, we could put 100-ton aircraft in the sky and fly it all the way across the country. And that seems unlikely, right? It's unlikely. This is Joel Marshall at LAX Airport.
Oh.
Thank you for having me. Now back to you, Joel. All right, that was the Trash Panda Comedy Club.
When did you go there?
Saturday. Yeah, I was like,
I would have met you there.
I know, I should have had you come. Yeah, Kamala and I went over there, and we just did it up. She handled the camera. She's the best videographer, cinematographer that I know. So she's stuck with having to video me while I ramble on like that. But it was super fun going there. I've always wanted to go there and watch the planes land. I just wish there were more.
I love the line about you have to have tons of wires and cables in your luggage. That's such a great visual. They love you.
Yeah, they love me, definitely. Sometimes it goes through just fine, and I'm like, wow, what are they looking for? Because I seem to have everything in there. All right, so now I want to hear your poem about ants, and then we're going to have to dance break, and that's going to be the show. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Thanks, Howard, for being here. This is just such a treat having you on the show. And now that we know you can do it, like without having to deal with your horrible Wi-Fi that you were having that problem, this is pretty amazing. So,
I live in Porter Ranch, where friendliness is a way of life, but there's no Wi-Fi.
They don't know about Wi-Fi because they want to pay attention to each other. They don't want to be on Wi-Fi. They want to be there in person with one another, just looking into each other's eyes. So I think that's beautiful. All right, let's get into some wildlife therapy. We're going to have an ant poem. All right, so Howard has an ant poem today. Take it away.
Well, I really didn't plan to have an ant poem today, but you mentioned that you might have some ant facts on the show.
Yes.
So I thought, I wrote an ant poem a long time ago when I was in high school. So I went to my childhood book, and I found it.
Beautiful.
and it's I don't know. Can we talk about drugs on this show?
The great thing about this show is we can talk about whatever we want to talk about, I guess.
So this is called First Time Taking Mushrooms.
Okay.
Where's the camera? Now, in high school, my spiritual guru, Chris, was preparing me to go to Ojai to take mushrooms.
Oh wow! Preparing you.
And he was the expert. He had a Grateful Dead van with he had a Volkswagen van. Everything. He was the guy. Yeah. That's the guy you go to if you wanted to have a guru taking you on your first trip. I don't know if I should be doing this, but my mother might watch this.
Prepare you did he salt you or something? Put a bunch of, or baste you or marinate you? How do you prepare someone for this experience?
He prepares you to tell you what to expect, and you go to an area where there's no people around. And I was thinking, I don't think I want to do this. I don't want to do this.
Sounds a little Silence of the Lambs to me.
And then he said, if you go through with it, though, I just want you to know and remember this. Don't think about ants. Whatever you do, don't think about ants.
Don't do it.
And I thought, he's a shitty guru. He's terrible. Why would he say? Now that's all I can.
Yeah.
So here's a poem. It's called Ants All Over My Body. Ants all over my body, ants all inside my shirt. Thanks for the worst advice ever. Now continue covering me in dirt.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Thank you so much. I am all itchy now. I am totally itchy. Oh wait, my mic is like really low for some reason. Oh, there we go.
I didn't want to say it.
I hate it. The sound is the worst.
It's none of my business.
Sounds like Unsolved Mysteries. It does sound a bit like Unsolved Mysteries. And I also started to close the show too early. I was like, wrapping it up, and then we had this incredible ant poem. Jason, it's good to see you, Jason. It's great when Jason Edelman is here. We're unfortunately not going to have a contest, but we're going to have to save it for another time. Part 2 of Howard Aronin.
I have a contest. Who was the actor that was on the flight in Twilight Zone? He was also the captain on the Star Trek. What was his name? The actor, last name Shatner. So that's my trivia question.
That's from the beginning of the show where we gave the answer too.
Yeah.
I would say Bill Shatner. Is that right? Bill?
You get a shirt.
Oh my God, that's so great.
You and Mike Knox get shirts.
Kamala says, if you know any wealthy dickheads, Mickey Hart donated a beautiful art piece. Deadheads. I said dickheads. I'm like, what am I? Deadheads. Deadheads. Mickey Hart donated a beautiful art piece to Equal Means Equal to raise money for the cause. So yes, if you know any wealthy deadheads, you see where my mind is. Like I got to rearrange my relationship to money, I think. Right?
I met the other drummer on a flight from Hawaii to LAX, and his wife would not let me go near him. It was during COVID, and he had the mask on, and his name is Bill Kreutzmann. So I took a picture of him from far away with the mask on, because I was like, that's the drummer for the other drummer for the Grateful Dead.
I'm going to say it. Maybe it's because I never dropped acid or anything like that.
I didn't. I made the whole thing up. Never did it.
I've never been to a Dead concert, and I'm not sure I ever will. It's terrible. I know.
Well, John Mayer now is the.
I love John Mayer.
I think Justin Bieber now is taking over. I think.
I do love John Mayer though. Maybe I just have no taste, I guess. I love John Mayer. I'm not a big fan of the Grateful Dead. You'd think I would be. Maybe I just. Yeah. Maybe I just need to get some time, put my glasses on, and experience.
I would, if you want to. I want to go to the Sphere in Vegas.
Oh my God, that would be fun.
To see anybody, I just want to go there.
Howard, what about this? What if we
to go with you
on our internal vision board, we see ourselves doing 2 nights in Vegas and then going to the Sphere. Like we do the 2 nights of comedy in Vegas. And then we go to the Sphere to see the Dead, right?
I'm in.
Is it? I mean, that seems good. Is it? How long are they going to be there? Are they gone? Are they coming
Oh no,
back?
I think it's an ongoing. They have
residency?
U2. They have U2 and Grateful Dead, and they have.
Okay.
I don't think they're doing Dead right now.
We're going to go to the Sphere, and we're going to do 2 shows in Vegas, and then we're going to go to the Sphere. It's going to be super fun. All right, we got to go. We got to dance it out now. I've got a dance break. Very nice, pleasant dance break to send everybody off into the rest of the week. Ladies and gentlemen, dance break time. It's the busker. It's more just a kind of an enjoyment of the song. Internal dancing, maybe.
Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say,
buskers.
it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here.
It's been 2 years.
Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's alright.
I always ruin the song by talking.
Little darling, the smiles are turning to the faces.
This is how I would be at the Deadhead concert.
It seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, and I say, it's alright.
All right, everybody. Check out howardronin.com. Figure out when you're going to see him next. I don't know. Maybe after that, you're going to see us in Vegas at the Sphere.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, this has been Lunch Therapy number 593 with Howard Aronin.